Good morning, guys. Today we'll be reading out of Mark 3. I'm going to bounce around a little bit to skip some boring parts. Starting at verse 7, Jesus withdrew with his disciples to the sea, and a great crowd followed him from all these different places. When the great crowd heard all that he was doing, they came to him, and he told his disciples to have a boat ready for him because of the crowd, lest they crush him. For he had healed many, so that all who had diseases pressed him to touch him. And whenever the unclean spirits saw him, they fell down before him and cried out, "You are the Son of God." And he strictly ordered them not to make him known. Then he went up to a mountain and appointed his 12 apostles. And then the section ends in verse 20. Then he went home, and the crowd gathered again, so that he could not even eat. And when his family heard it, they went out to seize him, for they were saying, "He is out of his mind." I want to talk to two different categories of people today. The first category is, if you're growing and transforming and the Lord is doing a work in you and your family doesn't appreciate it, they don't see the value, they don't understand it, they don't really have a capacity or a grid for you to be different than who you were growing up, that doesn't mean that what's happening to you isn't real. It doesn't mean that it's not worth it, that it's not beautiful, that it's not the Lord, that it's not valid. It means that your family members have you stuck in a certain persona that they wrapped their mind around growing up. And it doesn't mean that their perspective is invalid. It means that they remember who you used to be. It doesn't mean the transformation happening to you isn't happening. God does stuff to us that changes who we are. And sometimes the people who are closest to us have the hardest time freeing us from being stuck as the person they knew us to be and allowing us to grow, allowing us to transform. So if that's you, I just want to give you permission to grow anyway, to transform anyway. You don't need to convince them that what's happening to you is real. You don't need their opinions to line up with what's happening in your life. You don't even need to be offended or to condemn them or cut them off. You just need to continue to transform and become beautiful. Continue being beautiful. And then the second category of people I want to talk to is those of you with family members who are transforming and growing and God's doing a thing in their life, or something's happening in their life that you don't necessarily understand, but it's beautiful and good. I'd like to encourage you and exhort you, be better than Jesus' family. Don't just write them off as crazy or strange or dysfunctional and like limit them to that box that you're comfortable condemning. Maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe give them some grace. Maybe give them some space to fill out, to expand, to grow, to become more than what you remember. Wouldn't you want that for yourself? Why not extend that to those people that you're familiar with, that you're close to? We see this example here with Jesus' family. They didn't understand. They're like, "He's out of his mind. He's crazy. We gotta get Jesus." And he's changing the world. Don't be on that side of history in your family members' lives. I know in my family, I've had some family members who they don't get it. They don't know what's happening in my life. I mean, they see cool things and they can appreciate aspects of my life, but they don't understand the breadth, the depth, and the width of what God is doing. It's hard for them to appreciate. It's hard to connect to. But I have other family members who are close to me, who see what God's doing and they honor it. And it's to their credit, I'm impressed, because it's hard to be so close and familiar with somebody and know their faults and their history and watch God do an amazing work in them and still honor it in spite of all those things you're distracted by. But I'd like to encourage you guys, I've seen it done. I know it's possible. That could be us. Let's be the people in our families and who we're close to where we encourage people and we celebrate and champion their transformation, not the ones who are trying to limit and reduce them based on our considerations and conceptions of who and what they are. Have a great day.